Hello and welcome, my Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless true love read, though being recorded in December 2020. Whenever you're supposed to watch it is when you are supposed to watch it. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Virgo. Sun sign, the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, everybody. Hey, my Virgs. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, my Virgos. What a crazy freaking year it has been. And it is such an honor and a pleasure to do these readings for you, because what could be more important on planet Earth 2020 into 2021 than the power of true love, right? What does the power of true love do? It breaks all curses, conquers all. But it is divine love in physical form. So I love doing these readings. I haven't done a Path of True Love reading in a while, but I think it's going to be in my regular rotation for a while now. There is an extended for this one. I'm actually using 10 different decks for the entire reading, both here on YouTube and on Vimeo.com, which is where I have to upload, where I do upload my extended reading. So if you want to check that out, by the end of this reading, you should know you'll get 13 cards in this deck and then a crap load of others, right? Only using 4 decks for YouTube and literally another 6 decks. Oracles, tarot, clarification. I'll explain as I go with this one, you'll know. So by the end of it, you'll know for sure. It's $5. Like the first one I did was like 50 minutes, so it's totally freaking worth it financially, I would think. And it helps me, right? It helps the channel. And if you are new to my channel and you would like for me to have that membership thing where all the extended readings would be membership content, pay one price per month, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment. That just helps drives the numbers of apparently Virgo that I am. I'm still finding this stuff out as I go, but really enjoying the creativity and the service Virgo that I am. And I'm pretty sure 90% of all of the readers on YouTube are Virgo. Prove me wrong. I don't know how we'd ever find out. We'd need the birth dates of everybody there, and that's proprietary information. Ain't it just, said the Virgo, crossing his legs, sitting in his dining room? Yeah. So let's get up in this gig. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Path of True Love is your spiritual path through your relationships, your healing journey, your hero's journey, however you want to phrase that for yourself. You get to choose the narrative. But this is going to get you some clarity on what you are dealing with. Are there twin flames? Are there soulmates? Yeah, sure. Those apparently seem to be the only 2 types of soul contract, essentially. You're either helping each other heal or teaching each other how to heal yourself, soulmate, twin flame. But regardless, this is all about you, how you are becoming true love. As Michelangelo said about the sculpture, the David, he right there, I don't know if you can see him, but he right there, that he did not create the statue of the David, God did. And his job was just to chip away the excess marble, sanding and chipping away over time, right? And that's the path of true love. It wears away. It unravels the ego, right? It heals the personality as it's all integrated into the soul and the higher self, which chose you to play this role in this lifetime on the path of true love in 2020. Jeez, you must have been ready. Otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So let's have a look at that. All the cards that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. There are links about true love, videos that I've done here, as well as lecturing that I've done on the subject. So go check it out. Let's get up in this gig. An FX position. I have to do it, right? It's a necessity. I don't like dropping people down in the middle of nowhere, right? Give them some idea of what to look for. So focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment. I will do the same. We'll get you the clarity, guidance, and grace. I've had a very good morning, a lovely evening last night. Got my stuff touched, which was nice. But also in a very, very Zen tantric way. So I'm feeling my Virgo realness. Giving you a little bit of both Pasha and Sporty Spice realness today, so live it up. Spice up your life. Take a nice deep breath. God, I love being Generation X, please. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need one card in clarity from the Caroline Mace Archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype that the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, most likely myself included, that we are dealing with in ourselves and another in a situation, however that plays itself out, all of that, some of that, on the path of true love. December 2020 or timeless, whenever my beloved Virgo brothers and sisters are catching us, and we've got the rebel archetype. More. Oh, Billy Idol actually slept with somebody who slept with him in the 90s, because, you know, the internet. Oh my goodness gracious, the rebel archetype. Now I hope this is us, because I love the rebel archetype. Now all archetypes are shadow and light, lead and gold, healthy and toxic, right? It's all the process. So the idea is this would be chipping away the three extra atoms that lead has that gold does not, right? Something has to be given up in that process, burned off, transformed. So the shadow, again, yourself, someone else, the situation can be all of those, depending on your narrative, rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Now, come on, we've done that. We've all rejected legitimate authority. I mean, the 80s. I mean, with a rebel yell, I wanted more, more, more. Rebels out of peer pressure or fashion, which is sort of like what became of punk when it became New Age. Not the punk that ever died. It's still going strong, blessed be. It's in the corners, it's in the shadows, but it's there. But like New Wave, right? Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. I can't believe I made a Billy Joel reference. I'm from Long Island. That's so cliche. The light attribute, though, what we're shooting for here is absolutely delicious. By the way, this is an action family archetype of the 9 families. Challenges authority to affect social change. So if there's a social justice, second wave, divine masculine, you or in your life, remember we all have masculine, feminine energy. I'm very much into social justice, but I'm a first wave or divine empath. I'm clearing the energy fields and helping people out on the mental, emotional, spiritual plane. That's a divine feminine for you in my work. Believe me, my relationships with men, I'm the divine masculine. Daddy, Lord, King, God, Dionysus incarnate. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Darling, this is happening for everybody. It's righteous rebellion, right use. Rebellion and right use. The word abuse or the word right use. Just the word righteous has so much like toxicity in it. This is about really you, somebody's situation, all of this, really getting that, whatever spiritual systems in particular, right? Particularly we're talking about the path of true love. It's a mystical path. It's all about the divine and your relationship to it. Ultimately, there's your number one true love relationship, your relationship with the divine, whatever you call it, right? God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Fred, Wilma, Wonder Twin powers activate, right? But with this rebel here, it's like, you know what? If this is tribal, if your family is like, you can't do that. Well, I'm a witch. My family, they had no fucking choice. I have the orphan archetype. It's never literally orphaned, but let's just say I went my own way. I called it another lonely day and walked the path, right? Rejecting the spiritual systems of Catholicism with which I was raised. Being a gay man, the idea of me being in love with God and going to hell because I like to make out with men, I had to walk away from that. But the legitimate constraints, right? I drive on the correct side of the road. I'm a Virgo, right? If somebody is in recovery, I don't offer them alcohol, right? It's just, if I know, right? You know, they don't tell you, that's another thing. Just don't dip in the punch bowl, right? So legitimate authority, I'm good with. I've always been good with administrations. I'm a Virgo, right? I can navigate administration, but they have no idea what I'm pulling off. Oh, I never went to my high school graduation. I told them I was touring in summer stock so that they would mail me my certificate because I was getting ready for one of the best parties of my life at my house. Woo, bathrobes, dance belts, hot tubs. People still talk about my graduation party. Yeah, I'm touring in summer stock, which they believed because I'm me. Breathe. Don't you just love being a Virgo? Really, it's the best. It's the tits. The virginal tits. Golden double. Let's do this. We're doing the Celtic Cross here. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, but there's a hitch. There is a hitch. Daughters of the Moon Tarot is the voices of the goddesses, the divine feminine, the divine yin, the yin power, the power yin side of us. So you're going to get a Celtic Cross, classic, but it's about what's going on inside of you, regardless of who you're dealing with or what you're dealing with. I'll call it out as I go. I love the Celtic Cross spread. I love the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. I have probably done the Celtic Cross spread more with this deck than any other. So let's get up in this gig. Really get yourself grounded, centered, right? Breathe. Feel what resonates in your first, second, and third chakra in the next read, right? That's going to be, we're going to use the Divine Masculine Mythic Tarot to see what this is looking like in the lower 3 chakras, the outside world. This is the more important stuff. This is about your own spiritual growth. What's going on inside of you? Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Breathe. My goddesses of Earth and the sign of Virgo, please, I need 10 cards. Classic Celtic Cross for this Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020. Timeless, considering they are dealing with the rebel archetype in themselves and then in someone else, in a situation, in a relationship. Could be family, could be anything. True love is about all your relationships. Please, what is the card that covers the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, December 2020? I feel you. Or timeless. The Scorpio card, which does not say that you are the Scorpio, but it represents you. Hecate, hidden deep emotions, transformations, emotional healing, money, sex, power, other people's resources, mysticism. I do love me a Scorpio. I was with a Libra last night, though. Everybody passed the the health test checklist with receipts. Yeah, I mean, I can feel that there's transformation going on inside of you. You may be very well like a Virgo holding back your feelings, but holding them deep like a Scorpio, to the point where maybe you're fronting a little bit. I don't think you're fronting to yourself. I think you know what you feel. I think it's very deep, and I think you've been going through a process of transformation through isolation. Hello, 2020, right? So on the path of true love, I don't know if you're feeling lonely, but there is great power inside of you, emotional power at least. And with Hecate, one of my goddesses since birth, we're really looking at, perhaps an interior crossroads, right? That there is a goddess of the witches, the queen of the crossroads, a life-changing decision that you're really contemplating inside of yourself on the path of true love. Gee, who would have thought? My goddesses, what is crossing them on the path of true love? December 2020, timeless, of course, the decisions card, Hokmah. Now, 8 of Blades in the traditional Rider-Waite, you're looking at blindfolded and bound a mental trap. So there may be a mental trap here, but one that nonetheless you have to make a decision. Now, I say this all the time, hopefully, if I remember correctly with this card. This is sort of like the mental Lover's card of the minor arcana. It's element of air. The Lover's card is really the spiritual, great, big, huge, life-changing decision. But Hokmah, by the way, also one of the spheres, the names of the spheres of the Kabbalistic tree of life. We are looking at upper chakra stuff here. We're definitely looking at element of air, like being dropped down into the middle of the Sahara Desert. And I mean the middle, where it doesn't matter which direction you go, but you have to make a decision. Now, they're dropping into my head from A Course in Miracles. Choose yet again, decide yet again. But there's a difference between a choice and a decision, right? A choice is, I'll put turbinado sugar in my coffee today instead of honey. Actually, I didn't put honey in my coffee today, but that's a choice. It's still sugar. This is more like really incisive, decisive thinking. But still, I feel like the situation that you're in has really brought up your feelings inside, but you ain't telling shit to nobody about it. Oh my God, and I have so much fun. I really should get into voiceovers, but everybody's into voiceovers. It's just, I don't know, it's mimicry or they're just speaking through me anymore. Unity consciousness, breathe. My goddesses, what's going on in the the core of the path of true love for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? I'm watching this video. We got the Scorpio card. Represents them, though they're not a Scorpio. Yes, you could be influenced by somebody with scorpionic energy, 8th house stuff, money, sex, power, regardless of their planetary placements. That's brought you into this crossroads that crosses you, right? The 8 of Blades, but not major. I do feel like there's a lot of mental confusion around this. Too many options, the apathy of options. A wonderful YouTube video by Matt Kahn. His card will be the last card down, his mantra deck. So what's at the core of this for the Virgs? You Empress, you're gestating. You're fertile. You're ready. Now, in this deck, there is the High Priestess is the Maiden. This is the Mother, the Hermit, the Crone. It's a goddess deck, the feminist deck for the internal divine feminine energy. So you're pregnant. I mean, if you're literally pregnant, I'm a guy. I don't have to worry about it so much, right? But I can be pregnant with an idea. I can be pregnant with potential, right? Symbolically pregnant. Regardless, remember that the Empresses are the amalgamation, or if you like, the blending of all the queens in the minor arcana in the tarot. So it's your first major arcana card, and it's at the core, so there's so many ways to interpret that, but remember that rebel thing. Like, this rebellion might very well be, I'm gonna love what the fuck, I'm gonna love no matter who, or what, or when, or where, right? With that rebel archetype. Like, you're feeling the divine love, and it is the divine feminine within yourself, but I could see why, if you're dealing with family, Like if you're moving, I remember I was raised Catholic. Nobody was really thrilled I was a witch, but I did not care. It was a calling. It was unstoppable. And I'm a Virgo. I can figure shit out. B. Dalton. This is before the internet, kids. We used to have to lead on rocks and huck it into the other caves to get our messages across. What we did before texting. What's behind us? Where is this coming from? Fourth position is key because it shows you the past in relationship to the second card, the ace, the Eight of Blades you got there. Yeah, my goddesses, where are we coming from? What's behind us on the path? Three of Blades, certainly considered a card of heartbreak. Everywhere else on planet Earth in this deck is about mental focus. A maiden, a mother, and a crone focusing their energy. A pyramid in the background, another symbol of three with the mystery of the Sphinx. The Sphinx, you can see it in Paris. If you have any idea what that is, you have to comment. I'm sure I'm the only person left on planet Earth who knows where that song comes from. So a mental focus, internal. This could be looking within yourself, which would certainly make sense. Something got you here, and it wasn't just you being faced with this decision. Now, if there is heartbreak and pain here in the past, that's understandable. I mean, but you're at a crossroads here. I feel like it's not the great, big, huge crossroads, though. It might be deciding, at least mentally, like action's not indicated here, not with something gestating, divine love, mother energy inside yourself, the Empress, the wife energy inside you, if you really want to go there. So, you know, maybe that's the thing. Maybe you've got some decisions about this rebellion you have to make. I don't feel like you're the one dealing with the rebel, though. I feel like this is you. All right, so what crowns this, please, my goddesses, on the path of true love for my Virgos, December 2020? Yeah, here we go. What is crowning is emotional release? Now, this card calls it sorrow, but it's the Four of Cups. I don't always feel this as sorrow. I mean, yes, the words are written on the card. And I appreciate that, particularly with the zodiac cards, right? The word Scorpio is written right on the crone of cups, right? That would be the Queen of Cups in the tarot, Hecate. So it can very much be that emotional rest, right? And sure, emotional release. Look, you got all this Scorpio energy going on inside of you. This has to be transformed, or at least, they're giving me a better word, integrated. I think the feelings that you have are there. It's just about you embracing them. And sometimes, oh please, when our fears alchemize into love, when the lead alchemizes into gold, what happens to those three atoms per element, right? From lead to gold, they're burned off. It often turns into emotion and emotional release. I'm going to tell you, don't take it all so personally. Other people's reactions to you, that's their conditioning in their program. They love you. Like family, they love you. They'll get over it. That's their own shit. This is 2020. And there's this social justice part of this I'm really feeling for you. Like, okay, for example, if you're LGBTQI, they keep adding letters. Please don't get mad at me. Just someone text me what they are. Just somebody text me what they are. There's an update. That's all I ask. I need to be current. I'm 52 years old. I can't pick them all out of the ethers. I know all about the ethers, Guillermo. Of course, there's going to be, in that transformation, emotional release here for you. I don't necessarily think it's all sorrow. It might be grief. And it might also be a sense of emotional stagnation, even though the waves wax and wane here, ebb and flow. The Four of Cups, I mean, very different than you see in other decks. It's 3 cups filled, 1 cup not. And we're used to seeing that in the Five of Cups. But I really, really feel here that, yes, what's crowning you, what's coming into be the more immediate future, has more to do with emotional work and introspection, right? Going within yourself, feeling your feelings, maybe inner child work. Well, inner child work with the Empress within you might, at the core, might not be a bad idea because you'd have more vulnerability and access to that love that only you can give yourself, mothering yourself, or at least mothering this emotional stuff through you, because what's triggering you in this situation and the others, right, in your life is conditioning. It's not the truth of who you are. It's just stuff you picked up along the way. Pieces of marble to be chipped away. What's before the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020? Well, we've got appraisal. So, okay, I'm not feeling like anything huge quantum leaps at this point, Virgo. But in the internal, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, assigning value, which does make sense. That, you know, slow and steady wins the race on this. Yes, there's a major decision going on. Like I said, I don't feel like it's the great, big, huge life changer, like I'm moving to Guam. unless you already live in Guam. But there is this looking back over things and really appraise. Now, appraisal is assigning value, like having a piece of jewelry appraised, right? Having a car, a house, you know, getting appraisal for anything. But remember, the best you can do is an estimate, but doing this only with the mind doesn't seem the way. This feels like almost viscerally feeling it out, like not just what have I learned intellectually, because this can certainly be about appraising the wisdom that you got through experience element of earth, right? The physical interaction in the world, but what is of most value to you? You might have a couple of decisions, like this Eight of Blades decisions there. Look, I don't want to say this is all about lovers, but it could be that you've got some decisions to make about who you want to be with or if you want to be with. Interesting cross. Let's look at the staff, please. Seventh position, my goddesses. What is the lesson for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020? Timeless. It's the Lover's card. This is the life-changing decision card. Yeah, you're processing it mentally where you are, at least in the present moment of this read. December 2020 are timeless, but this is about, can you get your head and your heart to align with your throat chakra, the head, the divine masculine, the genius intellect of the divine mind. Oh, the depth and the emotion of the heart chakra, right? The divine feminine, the divine love, right? But what do you choose? The head might say, no, 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 and the heart might go, yeah. Or the head might go, yeah, yeah, and the heart, whoa. This is the child, daddy, mommy, baby. What does the baby do? And mommy says yes, and daddy says no. I know for myself, I usually stick something in my mouth. Cigarette, recently. Only in prayer, though. Other things, obviously. Bear claw. That seems to be a running joke on my channel now. I'm good with it. So yeah, you're learning how to make it. And that's the thing. Your lesson is you're learning how to make this. You don't need to know how to make this decision right now. You're learning how. It's part of the lesson. Congruency, Carolyn Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, Sacred Contracts, just read all their stuff, blah, 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 just do it. I love her. Only person I'm intimidated by on planet Earth, I'm pretty sure. Breathe. I'm sure she'd say, but I'm such a softie. I'm like, no, you're not. And I love that about you. She's Queen Archetype. My goddesses, what does this Virgo look like on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless from the rest of the world? Well, excellent. Compassion, Six of Cups. So filling your own cup till it fills and then giving of the overflow, but in equal balance with others. I really feel like you're coming across, at least emotionally to people, as someone who is emotionally balanced, someone who is compassionate, can hold a vision for others when they can't hold it for themselves, maybe even a healer. I mean, we are Virgos. But that's the vibe that you're putting off, your own internal energy. Now, if you're actually in alignment with that, I would say that's a huge player in this. Because the nature of the decision, right? That's the thing. You got two decision cards, Minor Arcana, Eight of Blades, Chokhmah. Look up Chokhmah. Trust me. Upper chakra stuff. And the Lover's card. Two major arcana cards out of 8, not huge, but the Empress and the Lovers. What's your destiny? Now, the 9th position is tricky. It's often called hopes and fears because you most fear your fate and hope for your destiny. And yet, what do you hope for? What do you fear most than what you have to do on the hero's journey to alchemize fate into destiny? Fate is what you can't change. Destiny is what you do about it, right? The journey that you take, you're going to be a hero or a villain. That seems to be a big one on the planet right now, particularly in relationships, right? Matt Kahn said he wanted to write a book, said they can't all be narcissists. Like, no, but there's a lot of pain being processed on planet Earth. So what's, my goddesses, what's the Virgo destiny? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus on the path of true love. December 2020 or timeless, please. I leave it in my hand. A Cancer card, very interesting. Staying close to home, perhaps this is the destiny position, or there is some kind of Cancerian player in your life. This would be the King of Cups here, the Mother of Cups. Namu, definitely an oceanic goddess. So there is something about emotional healing here for you. Remember, this is the inside stuff. You want to see the inside stuff? Pay the $5 on Vimeo. I'll be glad to throw down because I'm in this one. I can feel it. This Cancerian, maybe somebody in your life, there is this maternal vibe going on here. I really feel like this is more the home, being at home in your own skin. Here, your own emotional stuff. Again, we've got this Four of Cups. I was saying nurture the child. Cancerians are the mothers of the zodiac. I should know. My mom's a Cancer. I call her Hera. Crabby. I love her so much, right? And so with that Six of Cups and compassion, it's sort of lined up. It's sort of lined up. You might be holding a bit more of the divine mama energy in this situation than usual. This is about kids. Really, I'm not seeing any great big huge conflict right now, except for that Four of Cups, which is a 4, right? Yeah, the next is the 5, the storm. So maybe this is the calm before the storm. For some of you, this standing cup in the back is an intuitive something, a feeling more than emotion. Maybe it's like something's off. I don't know, why am I feeling this way? Remember, feelings and emotions are not exactly the same thing, because you can have an emotion about a feeling and a feeling about an emotion. I feel sad, but I don't want to, right? Or it's like, oh, something feels off. Oh, I'm afraid of that. You see how that works? Rest. That's what's coming in for you. Maybe some emotional rest, right? To allow this stuff to move through you without judgment, but without acting on it. And I think that's the Cancerian card here too. Your destiny comes really more through internal work right now. And certainly, I had a Shia monk explain to me about compassion, that it's a pendulum swing for everybody, because there's selfish and selfless compassion. Selfless compassion, we know, right? It's pouring out your cup, but that you end up really bitter and tired and burned out and resentful, right? So what do? We swing to the other end. Selfish compassion, self-care, higher self-care. Virgos, we got to do that for ourselves. Fuck, otherwise we end up bitter old fuck balls, right? So this is really about finding that emotional balance between compassion for others. Oh my God, I'm running out. Compassion for myself, to the point where we fill up our cup so consistently that the overflow gives. And it's hard to live that way 24/7, 365. I don't know if everybody does. Maybe the Dalai Lama, because he's the Dalai Lama. And he's big on compassion, I hear. I love him so much. I'm afraid to meet him. I'm afraid I'm going to pinch his cheeks. Get hauled away, locked in Tartarus for a week. They love me down there. The underworld, not so much Tartarus, although I do like conjugal visits. Conjugal visits in the underworld, a new ebook from Mark Angelo Lyons Mill for sure. What's your outcome? I'm having fun. I hope you are. Look, it feels like somebody's getting their stuff touched here with that Scorpio card, right? And yeah, it's 2020 with the restrictions that really are for the well-being of all ultimately. So this card of appraisal is going to be pretty key about this decision, obviously. So what is the outcome, my goddesses, right? The 6th position and the 10th position may be changeable, right? Depending on the choices and the decisions you make. So please, my goddesses, what is the outcome for this one? And another 4. The 4 of Blades, deception. Now, the thing about the deception card for a Virgo is that we're earth signs. If we're really tuned in, we can just feel, oh, I just felt it, right? That something's off here. Solar plexus stuff, there's a lie going on here, or there's something being hidden, or someone is omitting information, right? I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you the truth. That's called the sin of omission, baby. Look it up. I didn't make it up. Look it up, right? But do you see the 2 swords underneath? Look, a lot of this internal stuff might very well be putting you in a place of rest, right? You got the 4 of Cups in the crowning, and your outcome is the 4 of Blades, deception. But also, this is considered a card of introspection, to see what you have not seen within yourself. And I have to say, with the amount of intuitive stuff leading up to it here, that the Lover's a lot of water in the card. They're underwater, right? About to kiss. She didn't shave her armpits. The compassion card, 6 of Cups, and then the Cancerian card. This very much feels like, don't so much take what's, here it is. Don't so much go with what appears on the outside here. Look past it. Go inside. Feel what is going on for you, not just emotionally, intuitively. This is a rebellion thing here. It's not what it appears to be. No, that's inside of you, knowing that something's off here. I don't have all the information. Ugh. And the only thing worse for a Virgo than not having all the information is refolding a roadmap incorrectly. We just twitch and pass out. It's a great way to make me submit for a second. We've got your tarot on the table. I'll put it all together at the end. You got 2 more cards, and I think these are going to be really helpful. The Whispers of Love Oracle. For my Virgos, the higher selves of all involved. They're saying sit back, both feet on the floor. Okay. The higher selves of all involved, of course my own included. Please, 1 card in clarity. Didn't say I had to sit that way. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love. December 2020 or timeless with this rebellion thing going on. And I gotta say, I feel that there's sort of a spiritual rebellion here, really walking away from something tribal, that there's a lot of evaluation going on here, big decisions, 2 decision cards on the table, 1 minor, 1 major, and a deception in play. So it feels like whatever this 3 of Blades is that got them here, whether it is the heartbreak of the 3 of Swords or really an internal focus, there is 1, 2, 3 air cards here, really sort of indicating a decision thought process, but a deception is revealed, or at least you become aware of one inside. So please, the higher selves of all involved. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs needs from their higher selves, 5th dimensional and above, on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. Darlings, I'm really going to recommend Ho'oponopono. H-O''O''P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O. It's a Hawaiian problem-solving technique. I studied with Dr. Hugh Lin, who taught it to Joe Vitale, who wrote the book Zero Limits, and there's so many authors, there's so many people, so many videos about Ho'oponopono, but even just using the dominant grace of I love you. I love you. Say it to yourself. Say it to what rises up inside of you. Love makes the difference. There is a past wound here. But it is in the mind. Not saying that you're not feeling it. To me, a heartbreak card is not a suit of air. It's a suit of water. That's why, like, 5 of Cups to me is more the heartbreak, right? This is about getting to the heart of the matter. That's why I see those swords converging, even right away, right? Converging into the center of the symbol of the heart. The heart's not broken if you look. It's not even bleeding. Unbullshit. Le grand bullshit. That's horrible. So love makes a difference here, right? But it feels like your shit is hidden. Well, actually, you've got both the Scorpio card and the Cancer card here. Emotional, sure, but not necessarily overt about it, right? Particularly Cancerians in their crab shell and the Scorpio underground, right? A little stinger. Love makes a difference. Keep that in mind. Yes, of course, there are other people involved in here. If I were to count the number of people in these cards already, right? It feels like it feels tribal too. It feels like this could very easily be a romantic sexual thing, but that's attached to a family thing. And I don't mean in the icky way, but in the way like, oh, they're a different religion, or they're a different race, or a different political aisle, God forbid, right? You know, little Romeo and Juliet, maybe. That's why the appraisal, and there's a deception here. Like, I don't know. We'll see in the extended reading for sure, but you're getting your last card down. The Healing Mantra deck card by Matt Kahn. I love these things. They are so often the Ascended Master Sherry on the Sunday. Yeah, Voices of the Ascended Masters. Let's see what our healing mantra is. Breathe. Yeah, my Ascended Masters of True Love and the Path of True Love. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the Path of True Love, December 2020. Your timeless. We've got this Rebel archetype, right? Love makes the difference. A lot of hidden emotion here, but a good opportunity for compassionate healing and a big life decision with getting to the heart of the matter, or heartbreak, all of that in the past. That goddess within them, right? The Empress rising up at the core of this. You even say this is in the hands of the goddess if you want to go there. So please, my Ascended Masters, what's the perfect mantra for us? on the path of true love. Cultivating courage in any given moment. I always know exactly what to do. Cultivating courage in any given moment. I always know exactly what to do. And I don't think that's all up here. And I think that's part of what this mental trap in the Eight of Blades, this is your way out. Hey, in any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. I'm going to read it from the bookie book. It's a really great mantra. Oh, I'll take that. Courage, the heart, right? Courage, right? The heart. French word is the cœur. Parfum de cœur. It smells like, but it's not. Thank God. I miss Dior for men and Poison for men. Shit was amazing. Cultivating courage. Yeah, I'm a potion witch. Where'd you go? Cultivating courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. When courage is cultivated, you are aware of your choices and able to pinpoint your most inspired options with accuracy and ease. Now, that does take process. It's cultivating courage. It's not dropping an acorn in the ground on Monday and getting a full fucking oak tree on Tuesday. It takes a while. Such options may not always match up with the things you want, but they will always give you the exact experience you need to further evolve your soul, right? So again, this is the path of true love. The ego might very well be holding on to pain of the past because it's afraid of being unraveled. But it doesn't die. It's unraveled and absorbed, integrated into the soul, and then the soul is integrated into the spirit, right? It's like those old camping cups, right? The collapsible cups, right? Except it goes whoop, that way. Ascension. Ascension. Boogie, oogie, oogie. As you cultivate courage, you are stepping into a new frontier of soul expansion, where life has permission to guide you forward into the fulfillment of your long-awaited destiny. Holy shit. You're the rebel. You just got to cultivate the courage to step out. This is an action family archetype, and that's what I'm not seeing here. I'm not seeing no action here at all, unless you consider appraisal in and of itself action. Wow. They just said to me, the word karma means action, but from the Veda, the more ancient point of view of that, in the Sanskrit, thoughts are actions. So, yeah, there's thought and there's emotion here. There's just not a whole, in fact, no fire cards anywhere. So I'm not feeling any kind of impulse to do anything here, but you're building that fire within you. And I do feel like this is rebelling against some kind of social norm that is certainly within your right to rebel against. This mantra is ideal for, This mantra is ideal for breaking old habits, something to consider, deepening your focus, literally says focus on the card, and following your heart, which is what courage is. Now, I don't think this means following your wrath or but following the divine love within your heart, this Empress energy. Look, there is a possibility here for real union, for real marriage, for true love. And I don't mean just the legal stuff. I mean, this is the lovers with the Empress. But there's still some things here that are being hidden. That deception card, I don't like it. So if this is you, yeah, love is the answer, and you're cultivating courage as you're a rebel on the path of true love. Really, that's what this reading is. A rebel cultivating courage will be the title. But whatever happens, if this is yours, you might want to check out the extended, because I certainly want to, because I'm in this one. Anyway, thank you. Oh, let me give you the prayer. Sorry, just very personal here. May the Virgo collective sun and rising Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love. December 2020 or timeless, that they may alchemize this rebel, realizing that love makes the difference as they cultivate courage and follow that love and follow their heart. And that this deception and the outcome, whatever it may be, through their own internal emotional healing process, loving themselves, getting to the heart of the matter, allowing the divine mother within them, the true love that they are, to be embraced with compassion in this decision, that they heal, that they grow, that they learn, that they become the best that they can be for their well-being, for the well-being of all, and for whoever else is involved in this situation, romantically, sexually, and it does feel like tribally, family. So would it be. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, share, all that cool stuff. I am going to take a 2-second break, set up the other camera, and do the extended. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very blessed of the path of true love, my Virgos. Virgo power. Hail. Farewell. And blessed.